Once upon a time in ancient Israel, there lived a young shepherd named David. He was the youngest son of Jesse and spent his days tending to his father's sheep in the fields near Bethlehem. Despite his youth, David was known for his bravery and deep faith in God. One day, the prophet Samuel visited Jesse's household under God's guidance to anoint the next king of Israel. After meeting Jesse's older sons, Samuel asked if there were any more. David was summoned from the fields, and God revealed to Samuel that this humble shepherd was his chosen one. Samuel anointed David. And from that day forward, the Spirit of the Lord was with him. The Philistine army had a formidable champion named Goliath, a giant who challenged the Israelites to send a warrior to fight him in single combat. For 40 days, Goliath taunted the Israelites, and none dared to face him. One day, David visited the battlefield to deliver supplies to his brothers. Hearing Goliath's defiance, David volunteered to fight the giant, trusting in God's deliverance. King Saul doubted David's ability due to his youth, but David recounted his experiences defending his flock from lions and bears, attributing his victories to God's protection. Declining the king's armor, David approached Goliath with only his shepherd's staff, a sling, and 5 smooth stones. Goliath mocked the young shepherd, but David declared that he came in the name of the Lord Almighty. With a single stone from his sling, David struck Goliath on the forehead, killing him instantly. The Philistines fled in fear and Israel triumphed. David's victory over Goliath brought him fame and favor. He became a loyal servant in King Saul's court, a skilled harpist soothing the king's troubled spirit, and a valiant warrior leading Israel's armies to numerous victories. However, Saul grew jealous of David's rising popularity and sought to kill him. David evaded Saul's attempts on his life, often seeking refuge in the wilderness. Despite opportunities to harm Saul, David refrained, respecting Saul's position as the Lord's anointed king, meaning that taking his life would be against God's will. David went to hide in the cave of Adullam. While fleeing from King Saul, David believed that only God could decide the fate of the king. And due to Saul disobeying God, the wrath of God came upon him. After Saul's death in battle, David was anointed king over Judah and later over all Israel. As king, David united the tribes of Israel, established Jerusalem as the capital, and brought the Ark of the Covenant into the city, signifying God's presence among his people. Though he faced personal failures and family strife, David remained a man after God's own heart, penning many of the Psalms and leaving a lasting legacy of faith and leadership. Thus, the shepherd boy from Bethlehem rose to become Israel's greatest king, his journey marked by unwavering faith, courage, and devotion to God.